Hey, Truth Seeker, welcome back. Zach here. Quick video. I want to point out what CBS was taunting its football audience with yesterday. On October 11th, 2015, CBS routinely put up the graphic showing that the Super Bowl is 119 days away. This is funny because CBS uses the symbol of the all-seeing eye, and the gematria of all-seeing eye is 119. The gematria of Star of David is also 119, and Star of David is the symbol of the Zionists, the false Jews, who have the state of Israel. CBS also has gematria of 144. 144 is an interesting number because when you sum the first 144 decimal points of pi, it sums to 666. The phrase mark of the beast also sums to 144. I'll just show you this real quick so you don't have to take my word for it. Mark of the beast sums to 144. And again, if you sum the first 144 decimal points of pi, it sums to 666. The other network that carries football is Fox. Fox in Pythagorean gematria breaks down to 666. F is the sixth letter, O is the 15th, 1 plus 5 becomes 6, and X is the 24th, 2 plus 4 becomes 6. Fox is a coded 666, so is XXX, which so many of us are used to seeing. What I'm showing you here is a graphic from last year's NFL playoffs, Cowboys versus Lions. The Cowboys were hosting the Lions in week 1 of the NFL playoffs. The Lions were kicking the Cowboys' ass until this happened. It came back from commercial break, and Fox made the sun setting over the Texas sky into the Star of David, the symbol of the Zionists. You could also argue that it's a star setting over the Lone Star State, but the real reason they did this is for the same reason they put up 119 days until the Super Bowl. This also happened directly after this commercial ended, which was a Dodge Brothers commercial that flaunted the Star of David all over it. Star of David, the symbol of the Zionists, the symbol of the state of Israel. Israel, Truth Seeker, was established in history by the United Nations on the date of November 29th, 1947. 47 is an extremely important number to the Zionists. The first Super Bowl was in the 47th season of the NFL. Anyhow, that date that Israel was established was a date with 106 numerology, which is the number of prophecy. And if you read Jewish history, they'll say that prophecy was fulfilled the day the United Nations recognized them as a state. The reason this is so is because the United Nations is controlled by the Zionists in the same way the NFL is. These people have a stranglehold on the world. In the 66th book of the Bible, it says the false Jews will rule in the end times, and they are named as the synagogue of Satan. The synagogue of Satan, Truth Seeker, has gematria of 223. This is a number even coded into the passage about 666 in Revelation, the 66th book of the Bible. Let us not forget the first Super Bowl was in the year 66. NFL in Jewish gematria equals 66. In simple English gematria, it equals 32, just like how there's 32 teams in the NFL. The word America equals 32. It calls itself America's game. Anyhow, with regards to this number 223, here's where it's showing up in the world of sports right now. With the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs haven't won a World Series in 106 years, the number of prophecy. Of course, in Back to the Future Part 2, it is the USA Today that Michael J. Fox's character sees, where he sees that the Cubs win the World Series in 2015. USA Today even has gematria of 106. The reason all this is possible is because the Zionists control the sports leagues, they control the movie studios, they control the news, they are control freaks, and they are numerologists. These numbers, when they put them before our eyes, it is no coincidence. Anyhow, the Cubs are currently under something called the Curse of the Billy Goat, which has gematria of 223, just like the Synagogue of Satan. And here's a picture from the 1945 World Series where the Curse of the Billy Goat began. We got Detroit's goat, as shown in the image taken from that World Series, even as the gematria of 223. This is what I mean when I say these people are numerologists. This is what I mean when I say they code their numbers everywhere. Should you learn to read this language, you will have an insight into many things, including what is going on in the world of pro sports. On Thursday Night Football, it was 122 days before the Super Bowl. San Francisco, who is hosting, San Francisco has gematria of 122. Show you this. Lindy Infante, the coach of the Packers and the Colts in NFL history, died on this date 122 days before the Super Bowl hosted by San Francisco. Should the Super Bowl be Packers-Colts, remember that it was foretold through his death. San Francisco, the small way, sums to 50, and of course they are hosting Super Bowl 50. Numbers have more meaning than you know. For you NFL fans who this is new information to, you learn this language, you will learn a lot. And for those of you who gamble, you can make a lot of money. I could be making a lot of money right now. I know what a lot of games are going to finish in because of this research. I knew yesterday's game would end with 39 points. 39 is the number of books in the Old Testament that the Zionists go by. Revelation is based on the 39 books. The name Philadelphia comes from Revelation. If I was in Vegas and I would have put money down on 39-point finish for the Eagles, it would have been big money. The sum of the game was 39-17, summing to 56. Yesterday's date numerology had 56. It's a league rigged by the numbers. This is what I want people to know. It's football, it's basketball, it's baseball, it's tennis, it's soccer, it's international. This Masonic Zionist order is a worldwide order. Pro sports are worldwide for the distraction they serve over their people. Grown men should not be on their asses watching pro sports. They should be in the streets taking the world back like me. All right, Truth Seeker, until next time.